This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live tonight with the WWE PPV review of Royal Rumble 2017. Damn, I almost said 16. I was back in time with Doc and Marty, but tonight's the night, fans. We're talking Royal Rumble 2017, and I was excited. I was really pumped up for this pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is one of my favorite pay-per-views that go on, during the whole year of professional wrestling. I mean, it's WWE, the biggest stage of them all. It's probably my top two PPVs, man. Royal Rumble, of course, followed by WrestleMania, and we always know every January, the Royal Rumble is pretty much the beginning, man. This is the road to WrestleMania. And, we have the stuff like Roadblock and Fastlane and all these things that all have something in common. They're moving in one direction, and that is the road to WrestleMania. Fans, this is the Great Legend. I'm coming at you live tonight. I've got some great stuff before I get started. I want to give some big shout-outs in the chat room of folks that support the Great Legend show week in, week out. All great people, and they're here with us tonight. We got Count Von Strange the Fourth, and he's letting me know that the Rumble is starting right now here. Amen to that, man. I'm bringing it like the damn people was bringing it into Rumble tonight on that pay-per-view. And then Count Von Strange says, I'll be on when it's over. So I think the Count might be watching the replay of the show. So good to see old Count here tonight on the Great Legend Show Live as I go over my thoughts, my feelings, what I thought about this WWE Royal Rumble 2017. Also, a big woo from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I don't know if he's really from Charlotte, but he must be a Charlotte or a Flair fan. And that is my main man, Space Boy Jordan. Yeah, baby. Space Boy Jordan is here. And he's ready. He's pumped up for some legend to talk about wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for PD Hobbies is in the chat room, and he's excited for the show. And, Space Boy Jordan, it has been a long week, Last time I came at you live was probably about 7 or 8 days ago at Legends Live Auction back on, January, what was it? I don't even remember, 21st maybe? It seems like it's been a while. Comically Flawed is here, and Comically Flawed, I have your information. I've got a package to get ready to send my main man, Adam, who's a huge wrestling fan. Showed me a magazine one time of a guy I haven't seen since the 80s. Downtown Charlie Brown, I tell you, from old WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling. That's the old place down at Dallas Sportatorium where the legend loved watching those Von Erichs wrestle on those late night weekends, man. They'd show that wrestling late at night on them UHF or VHF, whatever the shitty channels was that was on, and I was watching the Von Erichs versus those fabulous Freebirds. So I'm glad to see Comically Flawed here. My main man, Uncanny Kyle Walker's here, who I recently got a package from. Have not opened this package, but it's a special package from Uncanny Kyle Walker that I'll be unboxing pretty soon. Probably not tonight, most likely tomorrow. Fill in for my good boy, my buddy, LP, Larry Higgins, the father of Niobe. I love me some LP. He's getting some medical stuff done, so I might be coming at the fans live tomorrow night with a special package from the man from the down under, the Uncanny Kyle Walker. And thank you for being here. I also have another great one. Bruce Zayas, Enzo and Cass KFC commercial was the greatest. It really was, man, Bruce. And I was thinking about, I told my boy Hank, my buddy Hank always comes over. I need to get him on the show if he can stay late, if his wife lets him, but I need to let him know. I told him, I said, hey, that golden KFC looks real good. I think, I don't know, I may have to bring home some tomorrow night. And Kyle, I got it, I got it on Wednesday, Kyle, but you know what, man? I just ain't felt very social this week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just, when your heart ain't into making the videos, or, when you don't feel like doing a lot of YouTube or communicating with your friends, family, your brothers and sisters on YouTube, man, sometimes you just want to be by yourself and be alone for a while. And that's kind of how I was. I was just kind of not feeling it. My boys on Blaster Stash, a special shout out to my brother in Christ. I love this man. Jeremy Edwards, Trinity Comics, is here tonight, fans, who I'm going to be meeting hopefully I'm going to be meeting at the Dallas Fan Expo if I get my hands on some tickets. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be cheap so I can get some of them big autographs from Adam West and Burt Ward. But, they kind of lifted my spirits, man, and they got me into, coming at you live. So I'm here tonight. Not going to disappoint because we're talking the Royal Rumble 2017. And I'm going to go quickly over the preview matches. And, man, action started early. I mean, action was real early. This was like a 4-hour PPV, 1-hour pre-show, I believe. I caught it late. I was actually really tired, and I was wanting to take a nap. Man, I was tired. But my boy Hank, he came over a little earlier, so we played some of that WWE 2K17. I got my boy Ty Dillinger, who the only prediction of the night, I figured, you know what, Ty Dillinger, you bring Ty Dillinger in at entrant number 10, and the perfect 10 is going to come to play. And boy, he did. And I'm going to get to that once I start talking about the Rumble. But great Rumble. So we was over there. We kicked it on, and we were watching a 3-on-3 ladies tag match. It was the SmackDown ladies versus some SmackDown other ladies, and it was the team of Natalya, Natty, Neidhart, and SmackDown's women champion Alexa Bliss, along with that new girl. I ain't seen her in a while. Let me know in the chat. I ain't seen that girl. She was from old school WWE Diva coming in NXT. Let me know who that bad girl was in the chat who was hanging with the bad ladies tonight against Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi. Naomi was there. And you had 3-on-3 battling it out, man. Mickie James, that's her name, Mickie James. She was on the bad girl team. So we watched that, but we got the tail end of it. We got the hot tag whenever Naomi came in and just started running train on everybody. She looked really damn good in there. Athletic as all get out. She got the pin on Alexa Bliss, and it sounded like one of them, Corey or Byron, was saying this ought to put her in contention to get her a title shot against, Alexa Bliss. And so anyways, that match went really well. It was a 3-on-3, really good, fast-paced match. It was great seeing Nikki and Becky and Naomi versus Mickie James and Natalya and Harley Quinn-esque Alexa Bliss. And let me give some big shout-outs again. You know what? Comically Flawed, he's talking about some stuff we're going to get down to. No matter what you think of Cena, he runs a good match. You could see him giving direction during the match, and that's what it's all about, man. You've been there all those years. Cena has. Cena truly is the franchise of the WWE, and year in and year out, a lot of the adults don't like him, but the kids love him. And you know what? As good as AJ is, Cena's just as good. I mean, they complement each other like Magic and Bird. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Matt Johnson, Larry Bird. If some of y'all didn't know, I know we got some comic book people up in here, so I was just shouting a little sport knowledge there. I just kidding. But man, they really complement each other really well. They're excellent in the ring together. Cena, of course, being the Superman of that group. I mean, he's going to be leading the reins, and he's going to be talking to him during the match, letting people know how he likes the match. I want to give a big shout out also to Ian, who helped us out this past Friday night. His name, y'all know him as British geeky guy, Ian from Blaster Stash It. He's an awesome guy. He's one of the main men in our Facebook group, and he's one of our main special guests that always fills in for us. This man lives in the UK, where it's like 6 hours in front of me, so 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, it's probably like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. where he's at right now, so nothing but love to one of the coolest cats in all the YouTube land in the comic book community, and that is British Geeky Guy with one of the largest Funko Pop collections in the world. To me, I don't know a lot of people in the world, but I know British Geeky Guy, and he's pretty freaking awesome. A lot of love to him, and a lot of love for him spending a lot of time helping us out on Blaster Stash It. Comically Flawed says he loves him some Alexa Harley Quinn Bliss. You know, and that does look good on her. She's a little sassy girl, ain't she? She bad, ain't she? And then Space Boy Jordan says, I thought you guys was playing 2K17 game. PD Hobbies reminds me it is Mickey James. Man, I had a brain fart there for a while. I ain't seen her in a while. We got John Mallender, and he says, so true, Comically Flawed. You know, John Cena does got a lot of haters, but in the end, he is one of the top wrestlers in the world, superstars in the world. I mean, his wrestling talent is he's got it all. You know, he's got submission wrestling, power moves, punches, striking ability, reversing. He's got it all, man. He's really great. Huey's Comic Hideout, the host with the most to Blaster Stash It that you can catch every Friday night, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Huey's Comic Hideout. He is the man with the master plan. Old Dave, he runs a good show. If you just check him out on YouTube.com, check out YouTube.com and search for Blaster Stash It. It is a weekly comic book, pop culture, radio, live, podcast, video show, whatever you want to call it. We got it. Comics, Funko Pops, and toys and collectibles, and movie and TV and video game news. We got it all, and we got something for you. And if you want, I'll even do a wrestling segment on there. If you ever want me to drop that smackdown on some of them guys in there, you let me know, and I'll be game for that as well. Another one I want to mention is Don, Comic Book Junkie. Taking a little break from the comic book videos, but I saw him pop up some videos not too long ago. You know, the great ones make it look easy, and Don is a great one, and he makes it look easy. Watch his videos, and you're going to be bound to learn something new, because the great ones truly teach their teachers. Damn, you know, that was sounding really good, and I couldn't figure out what to say after that, but let me just say fucking A, man, for Kyle, and Don Comic Book Junkie is in the house. John Maunder, well, I was so pleased to see Randy Orton win the Rumble, and you know what? I was too, and I'm going to get there. Let me finish off with discussing that women's tag match in the pre-show. 3-on-3 ladies tag match. It was a good match. I love the ladies wrestling. Women's wrestling is so much better than it used to be back in the old days. Man, I mean, you got more people that are like world-renowned gymnasts. You got MMA gals. You got like sports gals, soccer gals. It's not just like pretty women. It's like it's women athletes. Back in the day, you may have seen some TNA, but now we got women wrestlers, women superstars that are here to stay, and it's excellent. Next match after that in the pre-show, we got to see two of my favorite big men wrestlers. And I know Cesaro's not really a big man, but dude, Sheamus is a beast. Man, I know a lot of people are afraid of the Hawk. Don't mess with his Hawk, his Mohawk. But he is a great superstar. He's a great heel. Love him or hate him, he's good at what he does. He's a good company guy that he'll do what WWE asks him to do. Also with Cesaro, you know, still trying to break that glass ceiling. I think he's a two-time WWE Tag Team Champions. His second reign sadly ended tonight when Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows finally won their WWE Gold, man. So that makes, I think, Carl Anderson a 5-time tag champ and Gallows, I think, a 4-time champ. But, of course, y'all know him from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Anderson, Gallows, the club, Bullet Club over in JPW, but they were looking good tonight. They're an excellent tag team. Not a lot of WWE fans know them because in their heels. I mean, they go in there, they do what they're supposed to do. They piss people off. They're mean. They're bald. They look ugly, and you know they cause people some hell, and they did that tonight. They finally got victories over the champs Cesaro and Sheamus, and they won those titles. So it's finally cool seeing them. Now, what you're all waiting for? The Royal freaking Rumble, man. Royal Rumble. And before we get to any more of the matches in the Royal Rumble, let's check the chat again. We've got 11 watching right now. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. If you want to ever support the Great Legend Show, it's really easy to do. You give a thumb up, you hit that subscribe button, and down in the video description, you can donate and support the Great Legend Show today. When you do that, all the proceeds of my donations go to my buddy Paul, Midwest Comic Man, who is getting better. He had to get into the hospital, do some stuff in the hospital, but I'm raising money for him. So any kind of donation money I get goes to my main man, Midwest Comic Man. And if I have any money left, I'll send some to LP, who's got some medical shit going on too. So a lot of good comic brothers are sick right now, man. They're not feeling good, and they need to feel good. One link I forgot to put down below is to support the Blast It or Stash It web show that's every Friday night, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. You can actually get your own Blast It or Stash It, your very own Blast It or Stash It t-shirts, sweatshirts, all kind of awesome swag with the Blast It or Stash It logo that lets everyone know that is Friday night is the show to watch. So check that out on the Blast It or Stash It YouTube page. But again, like I said, if you wanted to donate and support the Great Legend Show, subscribe, thumbs up. And if you got a couple extra dollars, throw them the Great Legends way. I'm going to be putting together some stuff to send my main man, Paul. You know, give him a little currency. And, you know, if he don't need it, he can use it for the Midwest Comic Man's pressing and cleaning service, which he's going to have started. So if you're a comic book fan, check that out as well. So, that out of the way, some big more shout outs to Spaceboy Jordan. Bring it, legend. I just got the game the other day. Spaceboy Jordan, if you got Xbox One, let me know. And, you know, we'll trade gamer tags over YouTube private messages. We'll have some fun with that. Comically Flawed. For a bit there, I thought they were going to continue to give Strowman some heat by letting him beat the elimination record. Wasn't to be tonight, though, man. And damn, Roman still has it. John Mallender says women's wrestling has definitely improved in the last 5 years. And it really has, man. It's amazing. And I think the advent of NXT and a lot of the gals that wrestle in the indies, they're just learning a lot more moves. And it's becoming more worldwide. You know, it's with the advent of the social media, the YouTube, the online videos, you know, an American wrestler or American superstar in-ring competitor can watch Japan, they can watch Mexico, they can watch UK wrestling, and they can really get a knack for other wrestling styles, whether it be, you know, you're like Tommaso Ciampa, got great striking ability, or Chad Gable, who's a mat wrestler, technician, or, you know, just power wrestlers, you know, if you're into that, MMA guys, football guys that used to be boxers like Baron Corbin. But you could see a lot of new stuff now. Comically Flawed, he says he don't know why they don't give Cesaro at least the Intercontinental belt. He's a huge Bullet Club fan. And now Baron Corbin looked like he was rocking that Fallout looking gear, wasn't he? So I'm going to let y'all do a little chatting in there. Check out the Blast It Gamer Club if you have Xbox One. Our gamer club for Blast It or Stash It is all caps. It's BIOSI. BIOSI. So please join that club if you want to see some of the guys and compete with some of the people on the Blast It or Stash It Facebook page and some of us on the Blast It or Stash It web show as well. The first match of the night was a good, it was a good starter match. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the first match to be was, I got another pre-show match to talk about real quick. You know what? I may be jumping the gun here. I don't know. Let me talk about this one match they had. The Boss, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. It was pretty much a throwaway match, and I can't remember if it was on the pre-show or not. I think it was. And I'm just going to talk about these matches just out of order because, I want to mainly talk to the folks here in the comments tonight. But Sasha, man, it was a squash match. We saw Sasha's lost a lot of the pay-per-view matches against Charlotte, so she's going to have to go down a little while. And then we're going to have Bayley come up, and we're going to have Bayley fight for some of these matches against Charlotte. Bayley tonight didn't get a victory, which kind of, sucked, but I see bigger things for Bayley. I still either see Bayley or Bayley or Sasha winning the women's title from Charlotte at WrestleMania. I hope I do see that, so that'll be very cool. But yeah, one of the matches, it was Sasha versus Nia Jax. And it was a squash match. They faked the injury to Sasha's knee so it would make it a little bit easier for Nia to squash her, which she did. And Nia's a heel, so I don't see Nia Jax really going for Charlotte's gold right now. So we're still going to have Charlotte and Bayley for a little while longer. So not a big deal with that match. The match was okay. I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. But it's nothing I've not seen before. The high spot was the finisher. They were both on the outside ring apron, and Bayley was on her knees, had her back turned, and Charlotte flipped over and did natural selection onto the side of the ring apron, which is a pretty hard-ass board there. So that was kind of cool. After that, we get into some big-time matches. Well, actually, we get one of our big matches. We get the Universal title match, where we had Kevin Owens defending his Universal title, which is pretty much the Raw Heavyweight Championship, against Roman Reigns. Boo. Boo. Oh, Roman. Anyway, so we had Jericho high above 30, 40, 50 feet in the air in what looked to be a shark cage. So Jericho could not interfere with this match. This match, let me tell you, I don't really like Roman, okay? I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan. Am I one of the people that say, you can't wrestle? No, I don't do any of that stuff. Because really, the guy's been to wrestling school. He's practiced, his trade for a long time. Maybe not as long as, say, Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins or Finn Balor or Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn or Ty Dillinger or even Tyler Breeze or something like that. But, I mean, he's done his thing. They really love the guy. He's got the look. He's got the muscles. His mic skills suck, but that's only because a 70-plus-year-old Vince McMahon writes his promos, which, so you could blame that pretty much on him. He does sound like an idiot when he's talking, but, it is what it is. You got the look, and they're really trying to push this guy. So, anyway, Kevin Owens made Roman look like $1 million. Like many people make Roman look like $1 million, but Kevin Owens and Roman, excellent match. Lots of high spots. They did the classic tug of war back and forth. Kevin Owens made a pyramid outside the ring of all of these foldable, stackable chairs, and so we got to see oh my God, is he going to fall into the chairs? Oh no, they pulled him away. Oh my God, he's getting close to the chairs. Is he going to fall in the chairs? Oh no, and you went back and forth, and finally the spot, dude, where Roman punched Owens off the turnbuckles up there, and Owens fell all the way down, busted through all those chairs. There was another one where Owens gave his big-ass bullfrog splash from the top turnbuckle outside to the ring, to the floor, on a table, busted Roman through the table. The frog splash on the table was for real, dude. It was, Adam. Comically Flawed said the frog splash was for real. But yeah, it was excellent, and nobody likes Roman. Roman was getting booed all around. Roman is just A to me, Count Von Strange says. There was no way they were taking the belt from Owens tonight. He's too good on the mic. I mean, he really is. He's really good. And they paired him up with Chris Jericho, who every 5 or so years, Chris Jericho reinvents himself. Whether you hate Jericho or you don't like Jericho, he truly is a legend to me. He's a legend in the business. Is he like a Bruno Sammartino or a Bob? Well, I like him better than Bob Backlund. I mean, no one, not a lot of people are going to be able to beat Hogan or Macho Man or some of these. But as far as Rock, HBK, Stone Cold, I mean, Jericho can hang with those guys. And the thing that I think sucks for an elder wrestler is when you're wrestling and when you're doing this business, your mind is developing and developing and developing and developing, and you're absorbing all this information. And Comically Flawed, Jericho is just one of those guys, and he'll say something like, "Drink it in, man." And I think he got all of that stuff from the first Iron Man movie, when Tony Stark throws his hands out And as all that shit behind him is blowing up, you know, and what is called the gift of Jericho. So he kind of used that, but he adds along that little surfer, like, take it in, man, drink it in, man. And, you know, just a perfect heel. A little slower in the ring, but still great, fundamentally sound wrestling technician in the ring. He looks good. I mean, he could still do the lion salt. He could still go, and it's really cool to see a guy like that come in, and he will, you know, let people win. They'll let him get over on him, you know. And it's really cool to see someone do that. You know, just not a lot of people do that kind of stuff in the business, so it's very cool. But yeah, the Owens versus Roman, and then there was even a stunner. KO did a Stone Cold Stunner, man, but it was just back and forth, and finally, Kevin Owens looked great, and Owens is an excellent in-ring competitor. He doesn't need to have someone coming in cheating for him, but to build a good heel, you got to have cheap ass ways to win. So, you know, that builds that good heel, that guy that will keep beating you down and beating you down and beating you down. And I think that's why Dolph Ziggler finally turned heel, because it was time for him to quit being an underdog. So, anyways, in the end, Braun Strowman came in and helped out his old buddies Jericho and KO, and took out Roman with the big power slam a la British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith into a table that was in the corner. So that was that match. Kevin Owens retained his Universal title. Next match, you know, is the Cruiserweight matches, which these matches, they're great filler matches, I think. I don't watch Live 205 very much. Live 205 meaning under 205 pounds. So, yeah. So we had Neville versus Rich Swann. And I really like Rich Swann, man. He's got some excellent kicks, some excellent in-ring stuff. But I really like Neville, and I really like Neville as a bad guy. So I don't want to go too much on this match. It went back and forth. And Neville got the win. You know, what can I say? That was kind of around when I started falling asleep, actually. And I was really sometimes tired of that action. And it was so funny. When me and my buddy Hank were watching it, Neville gave this awesome snap suplex. I mean, it was a hard-ass snap suplex. And I was going to say, dude, that's just like Dynamite Kid. And you got to be fucking shitting me. JBL says, a la Dynamite Kid. I was like, dude, I was just thinking that. I mean, me and my buddy Hank, we could be wrestling announcers as well. I mean, we really call the action. But we would get in trouble because we actually give away stuff in the match. Like, whenever they're counting to three, the ref's counting to three, and whenever you see the wrestler look at the ref as they're counting, you know they're going to kick out, which kind of takes away from the magic of the whole thing. You know, if you really know the inside and outside of the business and, you know, what's going on, which we all do in the chat. We're a bunch of fucking marks, you know, who are we kidding? But what's cool is, you know, you'll see him counting, and the guy will look at the ref when to kick out. Now the greats, you know, hide that, like Cena and Styles, they kind of like, peek. But some people are just blatantly got their fucking eyes wide open looking at the ref make the count. Oh, it's so stupid sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to give that match 4 stars. I'm going to go ahead and give the Sasha Nia Jax match a 2. The tag match, I'll give 3, where Gallows and Anderson won. The girls' tag match, I'll give 4, because I like them. They kicked ass. This match here, I'm going to give 3.5, the Cruiserweights. So not bad. It hadn't been a bad Royal Rumble so far, because the match with Kevin Owens and Roman was really good, and there was a lot of high spots. It looked really damn good. So that was the Cruiserweight match. Now, before we talk about Cena versus AJ Styles, which by far for 2016, those were the top superstars of the year in my book. Cena's always in the running because starting out, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Let's check the chat, though. Roman needs to ditch the spear and the Superman punch. and get a real power move to match his size. I think so too. I mean, it's just too much damn Roman. John Mallender says the problem with Roman is not his wrestling, it's his awareness from transition from being hurt to being offensive. Yeah, that's it. It's that transition moment when you're selling the move, when you're hurt, when you're selling the move. And I've got some funny selling stories tonight during the Rumble. It was great. Oh, my God, it was great. But selling moves is the art of pretending to act hurt after the guy's throwing punches or slams or whatever, It's like when Stone Cold used to give The Rock the stunner. The Rock would hit the ground and do like a back roll and push off with his hands, so it looked like he would flop up in the air. Just great selling, great acting. It's too exaggerated to being dominant too quickly. That's right. It's kind of like you're watching John. It's kind of like you're watching episode 3. It's like, okay, Anakin is good, and then it's like, now he's killing kids. Are you serious? Like, what the fuck? And Comically Flawed again says, drink it in, man. Mr. Me, he is not a fan of James Ellsworth. He says, F James Ellsworth. Comically Flawed, glad you enjoyed the Rumble legend. Later, he's got to bounce. John Maunder was brought up on the British Bulldogs, and I tell you, if you go back on YouTube and watch Dynamite Kid, some of his matches, or just anything on Dynamite Kid, oh my God, the in-ring, the speed in the ring, whether it be Dynamite Kid, usually I saw the matches where he was fighting some of the Harts, but him and Bret Hart, pre-WWE, when they were wrestling up there for Stu Hart up in Calgary. Oh, man, the moves and the matches were so freaking fast. Dave0220, he says, hey, fat boy, shut up before your lady rides Space Mountain. And that pertains to one of the greats, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, 16-time world champion. He used to talk about Space Mountain. He say, Space Mountain may be the oldest line in the park, but it still has the longest line. Woo! Talking about himself, of course, and the long line of ladies he has at his hotel room. Dave0220 says, type 1 if Vince should leave WWE, and he types the number 1. I made the donation. Woo! Well, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for making a donation to the Great Legend Show. And if you use the link down below in the video description, it should even pop up on the screen. I haven't seen one come in lately, but that's what it usually does. But right now, sometimes my computer takes a little while to catch up, so I don't know if I'm hearing anything, actually. But anyways, so we had John Cena and AJ Styles, man. Let me tell you. Good action, dude. Great action. They wrestled before, so you kind of know what they're getting into and everything like that. Good. I mean, like I said, wrestlers of the year, man. Wrestlers of the year. And also, again, to make a donation, you can... there's a donation on my YouTube channel page. There's also, if you want to be instantly recognized below, I'll show you what it looks like. This was the other week, a buddy of mine who's a big fan of the Great Legend Show, Monk's Den. He donated $5, man. Thank you so much to Monk's Den, who donated $5. Thank you for all the great videos, Legend. Well, thank you for watching Monk's Den. Monk's Den, that was a donation from a while back. I thought I'd put it back on the rewind. If you ever want to see your name pop up on the screen during a live show or an event that the Great Legend is hosting, like this WWE Royal Rumble PPV review, go to the video's description and donate and support the Great Legend Show today. You'll be glad you did. But Wrestlers of the Year, they pulled out all the stops, and when Cena and AJ go into a match together, it's back and forth, and John Maunder, they really did steal the show tonight, and rightfully so. they pulled out all of the stops. I mean, when AJ was like bending forward and John Cena did that sunset flip thing, which is kind of looks like a little sunset flip power bomb or something. It's kind of a weird move. Normally he balances himself first, but dude, he went all in and just rolled right into it. Sweet move. Only got a 2 count on that pin. And there's still a lot of stuff that's coming up in the chat room that I'm going to get to that I think would have made the Royal Rumble a lot better, you know? John Maunder says Cena did moves that he never did before that looked really good. And I want to know, John Maunder, are you a subscriber of the Great Legend Show? If you are, hit that subscribe button. Let a brother know, because, man, you're really doing a great job in the chat room tonight, giving me some excellent topics. So a lot of love for you right now, brother. But excellent show, moves back and forth. We got to see, man, when me and my boy Hank were watching it, you got the forearms of AJ, you had STF, you had it going to Craft Crusher into an STF. And when Cena strapped the figure 4 on in homage of the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair, I was like, oh shit, is he going to win with that move? Now that's respect. To do respect and give respect to Ric Flair by putting his move in the match. Eventually, as we all know, John Cena did finally win. We had an attitude adjustment from the mid-rope. You know, he got him up on there, did the rope, and then he rolled up again and did another attitude adjustment. And after those 2 moves, man, 2 AAs back-to-back, dude, AJ was done. In retrospect, for this last year's Royal Rumble, where AJ debuted in the Royal Rumble 2016, to this Royal Rumble where he dropped the strap to Cena. So John Cena tied Ric Flair. John Cena is now a 16-time world champion, but nothing but love and class for AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. What a freaking 2016 he had. AJ Styles, man. Now, I don't know what he's going to do for WrestleMania, but you know, we'll see what happens. I think the sky's the freaking limit, man. The sky's the freaking limit. It's just awesome. What can I say? Eddie the Comic Guy just subscribed. Damn, I thought you already was subscribed, player. Well, it's good that you subscribe, man. I tell you what. So, people subscribing all the time to the Great Legend Show. Everyone's trying, you know, figuring out what's going on. And what's going on is comics, cooking, gaming, and pro wrestling, man. And everything else, pop culture, unboxing, special packages, whatever you want to call them, the Great Legends got them. So, man, definitely appreciate all the love and support people give the Great Legend Show. Let's check the chat again. Okay, the figure 44 is the moment I believe, Cena would win that title. I believe that Cena may drop the title in 2 weeks. And he says, PD Hobby says, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura ought to be fighting at WrestleMania 33. And you got to have something for those guys. You know what I mean? I didn't watch NXT TakeOver San Antonio last night, but to my ears, I heard Bobby Roode, glorious. I heard he beat Shinsuke. So that's cool. Great for Bobby Roode to get that NXT title. But, yeah, you know, let's go ahead and move on into the Rumble. I was hoping for more surprise entrance into the Rumble. And I know Trinity wants to talk about Goldberg. And we're definitely going to get to some Goldberg here in a minute. If I can get logged into my little iPad where I took my notes on. Can't remember my damn password, but that's all right. That's all right. So, when the Royal Rumble come around, or when the match started, there's always some surprise entrants, and there really wasn't that many surprise guys entering the Rumble. And like I said, I only got one of them right, and that was the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, which the fans loved it. They had their little 10 sheets out. Oh, man. WWE, thank you for doing something right tonight during the Royal Rumble. You made the fans happy, WWE. That's something you don't do too often. But what was great, the first entrant into the Royal Rumble was Big Cass, cause he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Hell yeah. He was the first entrant. He was flanked out by Enzo Amore, which was great seeing Enzo, and they were hyping up the crowd like no one's business. And what else? Before the show, before the Royal Rumble actually started, you got to see Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels come out and pump out the crowd a little bit. I thought that was really cool as well. And I don't know if that was just to try to get more people to get on to WWE.com and sign up for the network or what. But it was great seeing Shawn Michaels in his hometown of San Antonio. But yeah, first entrant was Big Cass. And the second entrant was Chris Jericho. And we've seen Chris earlier in the night in the cage. Third entrant was Kalisto. Fourth entrant was Mojo Rawley, which was great seeing Mojo. I mean, I would have liked to see Zack Ryder, Long Island IZ, but you know, Mojo's cool. So Mojo was in there fourth. What cracked me up, Jack Gallagher. All right, if you don't know Jack Gallagher, he's from Live 205. He's this European guy with this really cool mustache, and he looks white. He's whiter than damn Sheamus, man. He's really white. He come in with his umbrella, and he was doing this Mary Poppins gimmick type thing, and it was so damn funny. It was great. I don't know if you'll be able to catch this on YouTube or on the Rewind or whatever, but look up Jack Gallagher umbrella, Royal Rumble, and all the shit he was doing. Had fun with Jericho, too. We had Mark Henry coming out, which was awesome, dude. Mark Henry come out and just went to town, and he picked up Jack Gallagher. And Gallagher, he threw Gallagher out of the ring, and Gallagher had that umbrella, and he looked like Mary Poppins flying down. It was so great. It was funny. But you also had, at number 7, Braun Strowman come in. Braun Strowman finally goes ahead and eliminates Big Cass. Braun Strowman eliminated Kalisto. Braun Strowman eliminated Mojo Rawley. Braun Strowman eliminated Mark Henry, and that shit pissed me off. Because, man, Mark Henry, you have the Hall of Pain, and Mark Henry goes out. John Maunder reminds us that Y2J did break the record for the longest accumulated time ever in the Royal Rumble match, which is true. He's been in, what, I think 9 of them maybe or something like that. So we go on, and then we get to see Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin got in there as well. Baron Corbin was one of the early entrants in there. Sami Zayn was in there. Big Show was in there. And then at number 10, Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10, was in there, dude. But Braun Strowman, he eliminated Mark Henry. He went on to eliminate Big Show, Ty Dillinger. James Ellsworth was called to the ring, and James Ellsworth didn't get in the ring. He was scared. And then Dean Ambrose came, and they're like, we'll go in together. We'll go in together. Ambrose does his countdown. 3, 2, 1. And then Ellsworth runs in there. Braun Strowman picks up Ellsworth, and it's kind of effed up what happened. I mean, Braun Strowman just threw Ellsworth over the top of the fucking rope with no regard to his safety or anything. But I told my boy Hank, I was like, yep, well, you know, he's been an indie guy all of his life. He probably was never going to make it. He makes it on his good looks alone. And he's a fan favorite. Well, he's earning a paycheck today because he hit that floor hard as hell. He just went wham. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about when Braun Strowman threw Ellsworth over that top rope. It was crazy. Dean Ambrose came in. Like I said, Corbin was in there about at 13. Kofi came in. The Miz came in at 15. And we're kind of at the halfway point here where all kind of stuff was going on, man. It was crazy. The New Day came in. The New Day and then Sheamus and Cesaro, they all kind of eliminated each. They were able to eliminate the New Day, all three of them at the same time. Kofi had an awesome one where he was on the very top of the turnbuckle, but then he stood on top of the flat ring post. And then right when Corbin went for his legs, he jumped. And he fell. It looked like he almost fell, but he pulled himself up that pole, so his feet never touched the ground. So that was our little Kofi moment. But eventually, New Day, they all got thrown out of the ring. Rusev come in at 18. He was in there for a long time. Xavier Woods, like I said, Sheamus and Cesaro eliminated him. Bray Wyatt came in. Bray Wyatt, the first of the Wyatt family, got to come in. It was great to see Apollo Crews come in there. Apollo Crews was kicking some ass. Randy Orton came in at 23. My main man, Dolph Ziggler, came in at 24. Luke Harper came in at 25. And I'll stop there. So Luke Harper came in. And Luke Harper had some heat with Orton because, they've been kind of fighting for that number one spot with Bray Wyatt. So everyone was like, oh, my God, Luke Harper, is he going to make up? Are they going to be all cool and everything? And, dude, Harper came in and did his discus clothesline on Bray right then and there. Oh, I was like, oh, shit. And then and Randy was pushed aside already from another move. And so he was laying down. And Luke Harper had Bray in the Sister Abigail hold. And he did the little kiss move. And then finally, Orton got back in action. And freaking gave him the RKO. So I was like, shit. And Orton was giving quite a few RKOs to everybody in that ring. So at 25, we had Luke Harper. So we had 5 spots left, okay? I'd heard rumors maybe about Kenny Omega, New Japan Pro Wrestling, another Bullet Club guy. I'd heard maybe Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle. I really wanted to hear a Kurt Angle's music hit. Shit, I didn't get to see that, though, tonight. So I was really pumped, and I was ready for some more surprise entrants. We knew it was at 25. We knew we had 3 that we knew of that hadn't been there. We knew Lesnar was coming out. We knew Goldberg would be there, and we knew Undertaker would be there. That would leave 2 more spots. 26, the prayers were answered. Here comes Brock Lesnar. Oh, shit. Everyone just got their ass handed to him. He took a couple of people with Jarma suplexes. Suplex City. He took normal suplexes. His wasn't no snap suplexes. His suplexes had some throw to them. It looked like he was throwing them up against the ropes and all kind of crazy shit. But boy, he had power. And after that, man, 26. Guess who comes in at 27? I'm thinking, okay, Lesnar's whipping that ass. He's tossed everybody. And then Big Cass's music hits. But this time it's not Big Cass. It's Enzo Amore. It's Enzo, dude. Enzo comes down and he's psyching himself up, pumping himself up. Everyone is laying in the ring. Everyone's laid out in the ring because Lesnar, right? Enzo slides into the ring. And you know when Enzo's going to slide in the ring, Lesnar's going to give him an ass whipping. And I looked at Randy Orton over there. It looked like Randy started laughing. If you go back and watch it and kind of see when Enzo comes in, it looked like Randy kind of smiled because Randy knew fucking Enzo was going to get his head knocked off. And Randy was over there smiling. And sure enough, dude, Enzo, man, he got wrecked, dude. He got wrecked and he got thrown out pretty damn quick, man, by Lesnar. And after that happened, everyone was still laying down. Enzo was on his way to the back, and then dun, dun, bum, 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 dun, na, 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 na. Anyway, Goldberg come out, dude, and Goldberg comes in that ring. He runs toward Lesnar, ducks a Lesnar clothesline, bounces off the ropes, boom, with the fucking spear from the fucking get-go again. He speared that fool. And then fucking, hey, man, Lesnar was all stunned and shaking and shit. And Goldberg eliminates Lesnar over the top rope. Holy shit, man. Fucking Goldberg. Dude, I wish Jeremy and me would have been watching that, drinking some Dr. Pepper together. We'd be like, we would fucking spit our Dr. Peppers in the air. It was great, dude. Fucking Goldberg was on fucking fire, man. Goldberg. And then all the other guys, dude, and they started trying to get Goldberg. And Goldberg gave the jackhammer to Sami Zayn. I was like, no, Sammy, don't. Yeah, but who else went flying? I think Goldberg tossed my boy Dolph. Wait, who tossed Dolph out? Oh, Brock Lesnar tossed Dolph out, and but Goldberg tossed out Luke Harper. I mean, Goldberg was in there wrecking people. So we had some more people still left in the ring and everything like that. We had Goldberg tossed out Rusev. Goldberg tossed out Baron Corbin, who Baron Corbin had an excellent Royal Rumble. I mean, he only eliminated one, but he was in there in the ring a long time. Luke Harper went out. I mean, and Goldberg took out Brock Lesnar as well. I mean, a lot of people were getting taken out, dude, by Goldberg and Lesnar just alone. And then so the Dead Man's music hits. Now, all this time, I'm still thinking, okay, Goldberg was 28, number 29, The Undertaker. And then I'm thinking, oh, shit, someone's coming out at number 30. Someone's coming out at number 30. It's probably going to be Shinsuke. It could be Finn Balor. It could be Kenny Omega, which I don't really care because I don't know a lot about Kenny Omega and New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I was thinking Kurt Angle's music's going to hit, man. Shit, it could be anybody. It could be Hogan. Damn, dude, it could be something special. Anyway, Undertaker's music comes out. Undertaker comes to the ring. Undertaker faces off with Bill Goldberg. And I'm like, Bill Goldberg and Undertaker. Holy shit. I've never seen that before. Bill Goldberg and Undertaker facing off. I'm like, this would be a good WrestleMania. Holy shit, wouldn't it? But we already know that it's going to be, Goldberg and Lesnar. So what happens is Goldberg has his back turned, and Undertaker eliminates Goldberg. So we still have a lot of people in the ring. You know, there's still some, stragglers and everything like that. Entrant number 30 is about to be announced. Entrant number 30. Kurt Angle, anyone? Shinsuke Nakamura? Fucking anybody. Hulk Hogan? Fucking give me something. Dusty Rhodes coming down from heaven one more time to give the bionic elbow on some candy asses? Oh, guess who fucking comes out? I see on the Titantron, Roman Empire. Roman fucking Empire. Roman fucking Reigns. What was a good fucking Royal Rumble pay-per-view? I enjoyed I fell asleep a little bit, but I've been tired. Working hard at work. My back's been killing me. I've been taking some pain meds for it. But entrant number 30, Roman. God damn, Roman fucking Reigns. He already wrestled Kevin Owens in that night. That's bullshit. Real quick before we talk any more shit, let's talk Seth Rollins. Okay, so Seth Rollins Saturday night goes on NXT and he calls out Triple H. Triple H, I know you're in the back. I want you now. Blah, 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 blah. So that was really cool, I think, for Seth Rollins to kind of hijack NXT or whatever. Stupid, though. So they, quote, banned him from the Royal Rumble, end quote. Fake-ass shit. But it's going to give him a good storyline for when Seth Rollins, I swear to God, Seth Rollins better beat the shit out of Triple H at WrestleMania. Or I'm just gonna hurt some people. But, anyways. So Seth Rollins wasn't in the Rumble at all. So we had entrant number 30. Like I said, I thought it would have been Kurt Angle. Dude, honest to God, it could have been fucking Diamond Dallas Page. It could have been Lex Luger in a wheelchair. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. It could have been fucking Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair. Telling me about the stars and the constellations and shit. Maybe quote some quantum theory or something. But they bring out fucking Roman Reigns. What the fuck? Now, I know I don't like cussing a lot in these videos, but fucking WW, get your head out of your fucking ass. Fucking stop putting Roman Reigns down our goddamn throats. We don't want this motherfucker. Okay. I don't hate the guy. I just don't want him in my fucking throat all the time. You know what the fuck? God. Stupid fucking stupid. And just like P.D. Hobby said, and then number 30, Roman Empire comes on the screen. Dun 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 dun. It's every time that music comes on, it's like it feels like I'm like trying to take a shit each time, like shitting on you, Roman, in the rain. You suck. Okay, so Roman comes out. Boos, immediately boos all over the place. Fucking boos. They fucking, and you know what? To tell the truth, here's what went wrong. I mean, we wouldn't hate Roman, but what WWE did, I think it was 2 Royal Rumbles ago. No, 31. I think it was the one on the way to Dallas, maybe. I don't know. It was the one where Daniel Bryan came back. And everyone wanted Daniel Bryan to win the Rumble. He had been out a long time. They wanted him to go back to WrestleMania and reclaim the belt that he never lost. Them motherfuckers have Roman Reigns winning the fucking match. Roman Reigns gets booed. He gets booed out of the fucking building. They had to have Rocky Dwayne Johnson come out there, The Rock. They had his ass coming down to the ring, hugging on him and holding his hand in the air and all this other shit. And even The Rock couldn't make the man look good. They were still booing this guy. Fuck. You know? Anybody but you, Roman. Anybody but you. I feel like the bitch on the Omen. I see Roman come out at number 30 and I want to jump off the fucking building and commit suicide. Anybody but you, Roman. Anybody but you. And then I fucking die. 2015 Royal Rumble, that's what John Maunder says. It was where Roman won. Then I think he went on to face... Yeah, he went on to face Lesnar, and then Seth Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania and won. And that was fucking awesome, because Seth Rollins is one of those heels that everyone loves. And he deserves everything he gets, because he's been on the indie scene a long time. So Roman Reigns comes out. And by the way, Jeremy, if I didn't let you know, Undertaker throws out Goldberg when Goldberg won. Looking damn. But so guess what we have? Roman here, right? Roman Roman at number 30. Okay, Roman throws out Chris Jericho, was one of the ones he threw out. And Chris Jericho lasted a long time in the ring. He threw out Undertaker. So we had some guys left in the ring. We had mainly the last 4 guys was Roman Reigns, Undertaker. I think Jericho was still in there. But Jericho got thrown out. Or was it? I don't know. Anyways, the last 5 were Jericho, Undertaker, Roman, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt. We know Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt are in the Wyatt family, so they're kind of tag teaming together. So they start chanting. Okay, everyone gets on their feet because Roman is having a stare off with the Undertaker. And Undertaker ends up throwing somebody out of the ring. I think it may have been, I don't remember who it was. Anyway, Undertaker has his back turned. This is the best chant of the night. And what WWE is, they silence all the boos. They silence all the chants when it's not live anymore. You know, they go in and edit the shit. This was great, though. So Roman throws Undertaker out of the ring. And this would have been great. They did throw a couple of punches. They threw some punches down. Roman and Undertaker, and the fans start, after Roman tossed Undertaker, the fans start chanting, "This is bullshit. This is bullshit." This is great. This is bullshit. So Undertaker goes, and then it was Jericho, Roman, Orton, and Bray. John's letting me know. This is bullshit. And I think John liked that too. And oh my God, dude. So Jericho gets tossed, and then Roman tosses Bray out, and then Roman gets tossed by Orton. So Orton wins the Royal Rumble, and Orton will go on to face John Cena for the WWE World title. And I believe Randy is already a 13-time champion. So Cena, of course, is 16-time, tied with Ric Flair. But I really would have loved to see Bray Wyatt win the Rumble. And I kind of figure why they didn't go that direction. I was kind of thinking, well, maybe just Bray gets injured too much. Undertaker's still there. Don't give it to him just yet. Let Orton and Cena have an awesome match. But Orton and Cena have fought together already. What I was thinking is when Undertaker was down in there with those last guys, when Lesnar and Goldberg were gone and Undertaker was the last phenom legend in the ring, I was thinking, shit, go ahead and let Undertaker win. Let Undertaker beat Cena at WrestleMania and just retire the belt the next night, because Undertaker really doesn't have anything else to prove. But they did things a little different. They went ahead, Roman threw Undertaker out. They had a good fucking face-off. So at WrestleMania, I'm going to go ahead and call it, this usually happens. We're going to have Roman Reigns versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now, we can go back and say, well, do you really think Roman Reigns deserves an Undertaker match? Because having an Undertaker match at WrestleMania is the equivalent, to me, of main eventing WrestleMania. Because you're on the grandest stage of all with the guy that built the damn stage. You've got the Undertaker, man. Important, historic Undertaker matches, man. Those are some of the best matches ever. And he's fighting Roman? Really? But on the other end of the stick, no one wanted Roman to win. I don't want to see Roman fight Cena for the belt. Because I don't want Roman to win the belt. I don't want to be force-fed to like somebody. This isn't the 80s. Just because the guy looks the part like Hogan did, don't mean we're going to vote for the guy. You look at that WrestleMania 3 card, you look at that main event, it was Andre versus Hogan. Was it the greatest match of the night? Fuck no. The greatest match was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage. Now those two guys, they put on a fucking clinic. But wrestling is not all about the pretty, it's not about the big pretty boys anymore. Those are the guys, Vince McMahon and who's that other guy? Pat Patterson may have hard-ons for, because they get frisky sometimes. They got hard-ons for pretty boys, shit like that. But I mean, today's sports entertainment fans don't want to see shit that we've seen for years and years and years. It's kind of like, it's kind of like political in a sense, and it really is. There's a lot of backstage politics. The fans are kind of like the voters. They want to see who they want to vote. Whoever they like, they want to see win. A lot of people love Daniel Bryan. They want to see him win. A lot of people love Sami Zayn. A lot of people love Sasha Banks. Yet Charlotte is undefeated 16 times at PPVs, even though the fans like Sasha Banks more. But they can't have two baby faces, even though it worked at TakeOver Brooklyn when Sasha and Bayley were fighting. Put on a fucking excellent match. You had the little handshake, the little hug at the end, the little four-horse women reunion. I want to see WWE break the mold. It's not always going to be black and white anymore. It's not always going to be good guy versus bad guy. It's not always going to be USA versus Russia. I mean, it's not the 80s, man. You can have two faces fight, and, shake and hug at the end. Bayley's the hugger, right? Fucking hug it out. Get over it. May the best women win. May the best man win. It doesn't always have to be a good versus a bad guy. So, I mean, it's just, it's stupid, Back in the old days in the 80s, we used to watch world-class championship wrestling. We were young back then. You had your good guys. You had your Von Erichs, man. And then you had your Freebirds. And Freebirds were assholes, but, they were, that was their gig, But I just, I just don't like some of the decisions the WWE people are making, It was a letdown. I mean, that entrant number 30, when we ought to be celebrating, or if they could have fucking had someone like Finn Balor come in with the fog, the smoke, the demon paint on, You know, have him come in there creeping around. Or, you know, have Kurt Angle. Or even fucking Kane. Let Kane have some. Let the fire go. Let Kane in there. I mean, anybody but you, Roman. Anybody but you. And fans, I'm going to go to the chat and I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And I promise you, I'm going to try to make a video tomorrow night of my awesome special package. No, not that special package. What? Down where? Down here? No, not down there, fans. Maybe from the down under, my main man, Kyle Walker. We do got 17 viewers watching right now, so I thank you for that. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Always coming at you live. Donate and support. You got the link in the video description if you want to do that. You can also do that at the youtube.com/r.e95 about page. You don't have to donate. It's just something extra. Anybody I'm getting, I'm going to be sending to a Paul, Midwest Comic Man. But, yeah, I mean, it kind of like took my breath away. Take my breath away. No, not that shit, but, you know what I mean? Like, at number 30 when Roman came out, I mean, it could have been anyone. It could have been Eric Rowan. Let Eric Rowan do it. I mean, it could have been, you know, it could have been Rey Mysterio or Del Rio or even Paige. Scream, you know, something. And I know a lot of people, so I'm going to give some more stuff. A lot of people were glad Randy Orton won. And I, you know, believe me, I did not want Roman to win. Thank God for that. And I do like Randy Orton. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'd rather see Bray Wyatt win. But Bray Wyatt's kind of injury prone, and we don't know how long, I mean, he could go, you know. So he does a really good as that managerial role where he sometimes comes out and wrestles. I also think Xavier Woods is damn good, too. He's kind of in that role, too. Some of the highlights from WrestleMania was when Bray Wyatt and Xavier stood off together. I thought that was great. The only reason Bray didn't win is because of Undertaker, and I believe that to be true as well. We're not really going to see Bray flourish. Well, actually, I love Bray on the mic, and he's amazing. But once Undertaker finally retires, Bray Wyatt will be that supernatural being on WWE. Yeah, have Roman, Petey Hobby says it best. Have Roman versus Braun on a pre-show. Bray finally defeating Taker would do him justice for being buried so long. Dave says WrestleMania matches that need to happen. AJ versus Nakamura. Samoa Joe versus Bray Wyatt. Balor versus Undertaker. That would be fucking awesome. Rollins versus Triple H. Sasha Banks and Bliss. Cena and Corbin. WrestleMania matches that need to happen. Enzo and Big Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. Y2J versus Kevin Owens. Lesnar, Goldberg, Roman Reigns and Rock. Ambrose and Braun Strowman. A lot of great matches there. A lot of great matches. I want a big shout out to Printer 003. Could have been Balor, Sting, Mysterio, Triple H. No Rollins? I know. And that wasn't in the cards. And I'm kind of glad they didn't have Rollins. I mean, I miss Rollins, but since we already know Rollins is fighting Triple H at WrestleMania, it would have been a wasted spot. Count Von Strange says he wishes it would have been someone other than Orton. And I'm kind of with you, too. I wish it would have been Bray, you know. I really wish it would have been Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's my favorite fucking wrestler. I love Dolph Ziggler, man. I love Dolph Ziggler. He's so awesome. One of my favorites. My favorite bad guy wrestler, well, Dolph's, you know, a bad guy now, but I'll always think of him as good. My favorite bad guy wrestler is Rusev. I love the Rusev, man, and Lana, and the Accolade, man. I love that stuff. Rusev, great Russian, Bulgarian heel. So now how do you book Randy on WrestleMania? Because you're supposed to get the main event on WrestleMania, right? So is it going to be John Cena versus Randy Orton, the main event? Really? Haven't they done that like 50,000 times? No, I don't know. And then, you know, Rock is going to take a spot up on WrestleMania. So what we got so far and what we're looking at, I really don't know about the women wrestlers. Hopefully, maybe, I would love to see Naomi versus Alexa Bliss and have Naomi win at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I would like to see Bayley beat Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship, but I would also love to see Sasha Banks win it at WrestleMania as well. Or I'd actually say have Bayley win the next match and win that title from Charlotte, and then have Bayley Sasha at WrestleMania. That would be awesome. Tag titles. I think it's Gable. Jordan and Gable have the titles on SmackDown. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on that. The Raw titles, Anderson and Gallows, let them keep the belts for a little longer. That would be cool for them. A Printer 003. Really, Dolph is the best performer. Now, one thing Dolph does do, he oversells his moves, which is, he's trying to always be that underdog. But let me tell you, oversell of the night was it was when Sami Zayn got jackhammered by Goldberg. Right after that happened, Sami Zayn was shaking like he had epilepsy, man. He looked like a fish out of the water. After Goldberg did that jackhammer on Sami Zayn, he was bouncing all over the place. I was like, that was pretty fucking funny looking. But you can't oversell stuff. You gotta make it, look normal, And the SmackDown tag teams, they lack the mic skills. I mean, you look on Raw, you've got New Day, they're excellent on the mic, and Count Strange brought this up. Enzo and Amore, the Vaudevillains can even speak great on the mic. So SmackDown men's tags, they need to get on the mic better. Cena was a borderline heel. This was another good time for him to go full heel, but his damn pride doesn't let him. But you know what I did like to see, Printer 003? I liked when Cena, after he won the match, he went to the kid that his latest Make-A-Wish kid, gave him a hug and, shouted him out. I mean, that stuff's really cool, that he did that and everything. I thought that was kind of cool. But some people I've talked to in private that see him just in the streets and stuff in public, they say he's kind of an asshole. So I don't know. And you never really know how they act, in real life opposed to when they're on camera. But I think that's cool that he's making those kids' wishes come true and everything. And that's pretty much the only damn reason he'll never go heel is because he's had over 500 Make-A-Wish wishes, and I mean, kids want to see their heroes, and they don't want to see them go bad. But then again, for us comic book guys that have been reading comic books for all of our lives, do we really want to see Steve Rogers and Hydra? Do we want to see him go bad? No, we don't. But do they give a fuck about us adults? No, they don't. They really don't. But it's all about the kids, and that's what I do like seeing in WWE. They really care about the kids because it's more of a family show now. So you got to take the good with the bad. We got to take the Romans, even though we don't want to see the Romans, we still got to get the Romans. I'd rather have the oversell than no sell when Cena lays on the mat and talks too much. Yeah, you could definitely see Cena barking some of the orders around to AJ a lot. And he needs to be more secretive, like Kevin Owens. At least Kevin Owens has the he's the headlock master. Is that what he calls it when he gets him in that rear chin lock? Greatest chin lock, reverse chin lock in the world, and he's talking about the matches. But at least they cover their head when they're talking about the match. Oh, we just had 16 watching. John Cena, 16-time world champion. But I'm going to go ahead and let this close on out. I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight on the show, on the Great Legend Show, listening to my WWE Royal Rumble PPV review show, man. It was a lot of fun coming at you live. I usually do this all the time after the WWE PPVs take place. Next one coming up is going to be the Elimination Chamber, which I think is a SmackDown-only pay-per-view, so that ought to be pretty damn cool, I always like the Elimination Chamber. I hope Dolph Ziggler's in it. Favorite wrestler, Dolph Ziggler. The show-off. But, again, let me go ahead and give a rundown of all the folks that came out tonight to support the Great Legend Show. We had Count Von Strange. We had Spaceboy Jordan, PD Hobbies, Comically Flawed, The Uncanny Kawaka, Bruce Zayas, John Mallendeer was here, Trinity Comics was here, British Geeky Guy, Huey's Comic Hideout, Don the Comic Book Junkie was here. Frankie Vids asked, how did you felt when number 30 came out? And I'm sorry I didn't get to your question earlier, but, man, that Roman maybe want to jump off a cliff. Mr. Me, he didn't like James Ellsworth, and that was kind of a waste. Dave 0220, thank you for coming out again. For everyone watching, it was a pleasure. And And I think that's everybody. And Printer 003 was here. Y'all are very welcome. Go ahead and sub up right now. Hey, thanks so much for subbing up. Dave 0220 just subscribed. Thank you so much. On this channel, I do comic book hauls, reviews, talk about anything pop culture. I do wrestling pay-per-view reviews. On my Great Legend show, I may start adding a little wrestling talk to it. This Thursday is sometime in February on my buddy Rebel Comics and Gaming channel. We're going to have the Sidewalk Slam on Thursday nights. It's a wrestling show. I'll let y'all know about that too as well. It's going to be a Thursday live show. I'll let you know about that here in the future. Every first and third Saturday of the month, we have Legends Live Auction, where we have a silent auction for comic books, Funko Pops, anything you want to sell. Let me know. I have a Facebook page, Twitter, all that stuff. I got all the links down below if you're ever interested in following me on other social media. And I'm also a part of a show called Blaster Stash It that's Friday nights, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, where we talk about comic books, Funkos, collectibles, movies, TV, and gaming, and just anything pop culture as we talk about on there. So look up the Great Legend Show. You'll be glad you did. Again, I want to thank everyone who came out. And, I want to give a big shout out to Danielle Haynes. Thank you so much for watching. And I Am Cloth. I Am Cloth is here watching too. He says, WWE don't care. We continue to pay $9.99 a month. And that's true. I'll still watch it anyway. I mean, like I said, you got to take the good with the bad, It's just, I know a lot of folks just don't like Roman. This Cloth guy, he might be a Roman fan, so, more power to you. Long live Roman. But Roman Empire for life. But anyways, thank y'all again so much for coming out and supporting the Great Legend Show as I went over the WWE Royal Rumble 2017 review. And if you want to see more PPV reviews, go to youtube.com/rdowdy95 on my channel page. Scroll down and you can see my review of all of the past pay-per-views. Fans, it's been my pleasure. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.